What is up, guys? Glad you liked the video yesterday. We tried something a bit different. I just went on like a hike at a place called Stone Mountain. I got a couple more plans, a couple of different videos that we're going to do planned moving forward. I think you guys are really going to like them. But anyways, entire crypto market today doing not so great again. We're down a little bit, down about 2.26%. So today we're going to go over a couple of big things. We're going to start off by talking about what's going on with Ethereum and Bitcoin, something called the Flippening, which is where Ethereum's market cap surpasses Bitcoin. There's a lot of new information that has come out here where Ethereum has surpassed Bitcoin in a lot of different aspects, not in terms of market cap, but in a lot of different aspects. Also, we're going to talk about a couple of regulations in a number of countries that could potentially open up the floodgates for institutions to get involved and for hundreds of billions of dollars to pour into crypto. And this is taking place in Europe. After that, we're going to go over a couple of major partnerships with the NBA and some altcoins as well. So if you guys you enjoy this sort of content, well, then please be sure to like the video, subscribe. Let's see if we can get this up to 500 likes. And if you want to see exactly what I'm buying and selling, you want to see my entire portfolio, just follow me on Public Investing. There's the link in the bottom right of the screen, public.com/Michael. Use the code Michael when you sign up, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm buying, selling, and it's just like an investment app combined with social media. So Robinhood combined with a Twitter. But anyways, let's just get right into it. Today is Friday, July 2nd, and right now the crypto market is down about 2.26%. Bitcoin's down about 1%, Ethereum's down 3%, Binance Coin's down 3%. Market is relatively flat. The biggest mover looks like it's about Dogecoin. Dogecoin is down a little bit more, but that makes sense considering what happened yesterday. Yesterday, Elon Musk came out, he tweeted about Dogecoin. He caused the price to have a bit of a surge. Baby Dogecoin's price and Dogecoin's price, both of them did well after Elon Musk tweeted, so it makes sense that it is falling a little bit more than the other coins. But either way, market for the most part is relatively flat. When we look at the chart for Bitcoin, a couple of key indicators we've been looking at recently is what's going on with the 100-day moving average and the 50-day moving average for the 4-hour chart. We were looking specifically at the 4-hour chart, and let's take a look at this 100-day moving average, because the important thing that happened the other day was we had crossed above the 100-day moving average. So the 100-day moving average, let's go to 4-hour chart, and then we're going to put the 50-day moving average here as well. 50-day. So you can see right here, we are below both the 100-day and the 50-day moving average. And that's not a great sign. That's showing us that, look, right now we are not entering a bull market just yet. This is the 100-day moving average. We had surpassed it for a couple of about a day, but since then we are still below it. And in order for us to see a true breakout, go back up to all-time highs, we're gonna have to see it surpass and break through that 100-day moving average, move its way up, and start testing that $40,000 resistance. Right now we're not there yet. In addition to that, when we look at the 50-day moving average, it's a very similar situation. We had passed it a couple of times, but we weren't able to have a sustained break above it. Either way though, we have still see a very strong support between that 30 and strong resistance at that $35,000 per coin range. We have just been fluctuating between $30,000 and $35,000 per coin for a while. But the big news here is going to be, first off, I want to talk about what's going on with something called Flippening. So Bitcoin addresses have officially fallen below Ethereum's after 60% drop in the last 6 weeks. So that's something pretty important, because what we've been seeing recently is that even though the prices have been falling of all cryptos, like Bitcoin is down about 50% from all-time highs, Ethereum's down about a little bit more than that, even though we're seeing that, the number of Ethereum addresses has actually increased over the last week and the last couple of weeks, and the number of Bitcoin wallet addresses has decreased. So that's like how many people are actively holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the number of addresses active on the Bitcoin network has crashed roughly 60% from 1.3 million to roughly 500,000, and Ethereum has officially overtaken Bitcoin in terms of active wallet addresses. This is the third time it happened in the month of June. We saw it on June 5th and June 6th, but prior to that, it wasn't so common. I mean, prior to that, the only time we had seen more Ethereum wallet addresses, active wallet addresses, than Bitcoin was back in 2017. That's when we saw the massive bull run start to take off. So other than that, we had not seen Ethereum's market cap surpass Bitcoin. This is for a couple, not market cap, but wallet addresses surpass the wallet addresses of Bitcoin. And this shows us that the mindset around crypto is changing from institutions, from retail investors. They're looking at Bitcoin. A lot of people are not as excited about it. They say, oh, this has been around forever. You can't make gains with it. They also say, oh, well, Bitcoin isn't as energy efficient, and it's not as energy efficient, not as great for the environment, and there's not as many use cases for it. Like, yes, it's a digital gold, but it doesn't have all the use cases that Ethereum has with DeFi, smart contracts, NFTs. So for that reason, a lot of people are actually looking towards Ethereum now instead of Bitcoin because of all of the use cases that Ethereum has. And Ethereum is trying to replace the entire financial world, make the entire financial world decentralized. While Bitcoin, it's great, the technology is great, but the thing with Bitcoin is it's doesn't have all of these use cases, doesn't have as many applications being built on its network as Ethereum. And for that reason, we're seeing Ethereum's active addresses continue to increase. We saw it increase over 9% from the last week. And we are right now at 700,000 active Ethereum wallet addresses. This is down from all-time highs from 900,000. But when you look at that, we're about 22% down in terms of Ethereum wallet addresses from the all-time high earlier this year, 22% down. So from 900,000 to 700,000. But when we look at Bitcoin, it's dramatically different. From 1.3 million to 500,000. We are down more than 50%, well over 50%. So you can see, obviously, it seems like people who are moving out of Bitcoin are looking more towards Ethereum now just because of the long-term goals of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Ethereum just has a lot more plans of being, integrating into day-to-day life. So when we look at this, there's something called the Flippening Index, Blockchain Center Flippening Index. They show a bunch of different analytics, from active wallet addresses to trading volume to total transaction fees. And we look at this right now, there's a couple of them. If it's over 100%, that means flippening has occurred where Ethereum is doing better or has more than Bitcoin. But when we look at all of these analytics right here, these aren't the most up to date, but right now we do have wallet addresses, active wallet addresses, top left, even though it says it's not over 100%. This was before it happened. So right now we are above 100% for active addresses. We're above 100% for transaction count. We're above 100% for total transaction fees. So those are where all of the areas where Ethereum is either higher or has surpassed Bitcoin. So we'll see. We'll see if that's what's going on though with it. It's just a sign that people are looking more towards DeFi applications like Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Next up, I want to talk about something going on with Robinhood, Coinbase, and a couple of other crypto trading platforms. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday the video we did. We talked about Robinhood. Robinhood officially filed their documents for their IPO, and the important thing about that, we'll get into more later, but the important thing is with their crypto trading. So what we see with Robinhood is they have commission-free trading. And now a new company called Strike officially came out and says that they're going to offer no-fee Bitcoin trading. They're taking aim directly at Coinbase, directly calling them out, and directly calling out Square and PayPal. And this is a big deal because this is a startup based in Chicago in the US. And they said that what they're going to be doing is charge a maximum execution cost of around 0.3% for brokering BTC trades. And they're looking to drop that to just 0.1% over the coming months. As the volume grows on the platform continues to get bigger. This is important because right now, we've talked about this a lot, but one of the biggest problems with Coinbase and the biggest challenges is going to be that Coinbase has very high transaction fees. Right now, their transaction fees are as high as 3%. So this company Strike coming out and saying that they're going to only charge 0.3%. That is 10 times less than the transaction fee of Coinbase. And what is this going to do? Well, moving forward, it's the same thing that happened with stocks. When Robinhood came out with commission-free trading, all the other brokerage apps had to do the same thing. Otherwise, people are going to move over to the other platform. Like when Robinhood came out, they got a lot of users because of simply having no commission fees. That was their competitive advantage. And that's what we're seeing again happen with Strike. Strike came out and said we're offering Bitcoin. They officially added the Bitcoin tab to their app so they can trade Bitcoin. And now with this, it's directly calling out Coinbase and saying basically fees on Coinbase, the direct wording were that fees on Coinbase were asinine. They were absolutely ridiculous, made no sense why they're that high. And for that reason, now we're going to start to see like Coinbase and other companies start to come out with lower transaction fees, lower commission fees, simply because Strike is trying to get it down to zero. They're at 0.3%, going to go down to 0.1%. But what we're going to see is that now we're starting to see more competition in the crypto world for exchanges. And the one way that's easy to differentiate is with commission fees. And so with Strike offering, their goal is to make it that it's next to zero. Well, basically, there's no commission fees. So that's their goal. So we're going to see more and more companies move towards doing that. They said their mission is to secure financial freedom for all, and they won't stop until they have done so for all 8 billion people on the planet. Only way they say they can do that is by making these commission fees, drive them down as low as possible, down to zero. And we'll see what happens. But this announcement from Strike is going to push Coinbase, is going to push all the other platforms where you can trade crypto into doing the same thing, because Coinbase is not going to want to lose out people to Strike. Strike is a startup based in Chicago. It's growing. It's growing rapidly, but the thing is they're so small in comparison to Coinbase, in comparison to Robinhood. So if they could just make a change by changing up their model, tweaking it, figuring out another way to make money, whether that's with data, whether that's with the same way that Robinhood makes money, well, Coinbase is going to do that because they don't want to miss out on business opportunities and getting more consumers simply because people are going to go to another platform because of this commission fee. Speaking of other companies that offer crypto for 0% commission fees, that's Robinhood. Robinhood had their IPO not their IPO, but they announced that they're going to have their IPO. They filed the official documents with the SEC, and they're going to trade under the stock ticker symbol HOOD. We talked about this a lot yesterday, what's going on. So if you want to check that out, the video completely on Robinhood's IPO, a couple of specific pieces of information with regards to numbers, what's going on. I'll link that down below. But the thing to keep in mind that I want to talk about right now is with Robinhood with regards to crypto. So right now, Robinhood Crypto has been making some major moves lately. They've been talking a lot about growing that portion of their business. The biggest thing that they've said has been holding them back recently is what's been going on with a crypto wallet, because one of the biggest things holding back Robinhood Crypto right now, Mark Cuban has come out and said this, many people have come out and said this, but the biggest thing holding back Robinhood right now, Robinhood Crypto, is that they don't have a digital wallet, which means if you buy Dogecoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin on Robinhood, you can't go send it out to somewhere else. You can't send it to your Coinbase account. You can't send it to another digital wallet. You would have to either sell it or use it with a debit card. You can't just send your Bitcoin or Dogecoin from Robinhood to, let's say, Coinbase, or from Robinhood to Binance. Not possible. And because of this, you can't spend your Bitcoin or Dogecoin at stores very easily. So with that being said, Robinhood's been making a lot of major moves. They've been talking about developing a crypto wallet where then people would be able to send money back and forth to different wallet addresses. They've been working on that, and for that reason, it caused a delay in their filing of their IPO documents because there was just a lot going on in the crypto business for them. And so we'll continue to see how that develops, but the big announcement that we did see in these documents actually had to do with Dogecoin. Because when Robinhood filed their IPO documents with the SEC, it revealed something very interesting about Dogecoin, and that was that 34% of the trading app's cryptocurrency revenue in the first quarter of 2021 came specifically from Dogecoin. They said that in the first quarter of 2021, 40% of the revenue came from options. 25% of the revenue came from equities. 17% of the revenue came from cryptocurrency. But out of that 17% of all their cryptocurrency revenue, 34% of it came specifically from Dogecoin. All of that came from Dogecoin. And that's important because Dogecoin has seen a massive rise in the first quarter of 2021. So it's going to impact their revenue significantly if Dogecoin has a drop off in its community. And they listed this as one of the risks. They said, look, if demand for transactions in Dogecoin declines and is not replaced by new demand for other cryptocurrencies available for trading on our platform, our business, financial condition, and results of operations could be adversely affected. So they're saying Dogecoin made up a big portion of their business actually in the first quarter of the year. Because so many people were looking for ways to trade Dogecoin, because it wasn't available on Coinbase yet, the easiest platform for most people to trade it was actually on Robinhood. People were looking on Robinhood because it was very easy to trade Dogecoin, and Coinbase didn't have it yet. But now that Coinbase has Dogecoin, now that the hype around Dogecoin has died down a little bit, at least for the time being, it may have negative impacts on Robinhood's revenue in the second quarter of this year and throughout the rest of the year, because it generated such a significant portion of the revenue. Me personally, I think that as they continue to add more and more coins to their platform, it'll help out significantly, because right now they have very limited number of coins. They have only a handful of them. They have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, I believe, Dogecoin. But other than those, they don't have too many. And so once they start to add more and more coins, they start to get that digital wallet, which they've been working on for a while. I think all of those things are going to push Robinhood's revenue up. So even if there is a bit of a decline short term for Dogecoin demand, or even if it's long term, either way, it's still going to be fine, because all they need to do is get that wallet up and running and get more coins added to the platform. And I think Robinhood's in a great position, especially with their zero commission trading for stocks, for crypto, and all of that combined. Next up, I got a couple more stories I want to go over, but if you can, please be sure to like the video. Let's see if we get this up to 500 likes. Yesterday's video, we killed it. We got a lot of people on here. But yeah, let's keep on rolling. Let's get on to the next topic of the video. Let's go over what's going on with the floodgates opening for the entire crypto world. This is absolutely massive, very exciting stuff that I do want to go over, because everyone's been talking about regulations for crypto for a while, how governments can suppress it. Like China banned cryptocurrency trading. China banned cryptocurrency mining. The UK put a lot of restrictions in place recently with cryptocurrency exchanges. Binance has had a lot of issues. But now we just saw a major announcement come out from Germany that's going to allow up to $415 billion to flow into crypto if investment firms decide to do this. And this is huge, because right now, the entire crypto market cap is at $1.37 trillion. So the money, the potential, the most that could happen for coming from Germany would be $415 billion flowing into crypto, which is about a third of the entire crypto market cap. 30% of the entire crypto market cap could be added because of this announcement that just came out with Germany. And especially essentially what happened is a new law came into effect in Germany that opens the floodgates for all institutions, specifically called special funds, to invest 20% of their portfolios into crypto. And if they decide to do this, that's going to mean $415 billion. That's like the most that they could allocate into crypto. That would be what 20% is equal to. $415 billion is the maximum that they would be able to invest in crypto. But the thing is previously, all of these special funds were not allowed to invest in crypto at all. They had no exposure to it. So this is a huge announcement, because it officially makes it legal for them to invest, and it says you could invest up to 20% of your portfolio. While it's unlikely that we'll see them put all 20% into crypto, what is important is that Germany has the Eurozone's largest economy. And because of this, if they start to put money into crypto and we start to see these special funds allocate, even if it's 5% or 6% or 10% of these portfolios into crypto, it could have big impacts all across Europe, not just on not just from the German economy, putting money into crypto, but it could have impacts that spread all across Europe and influence all these other countries to go ahead and follow suit and go ahead and do the same thing. And this is absolutely huge for crypto because it's going to mean billions of dollars are going to pour into the crypto world. Even if most funds at first don't do this, now they have the opportunity and the chance to get exposure to crypto when before they couldn't. And so, minimum, you're going to see a couple $1 billion at least, even though that's not a lot. It's like there is no way that we're going to see $0 go into crypto because of this announcement. This announcement is definitely opening up all these special funds to invest, and it is so likely that we're going to see a significant portion of this. Like, it's not going to be 415 billion, but it's very likely that we'd see at least 10-20 billion dollars come from these special funds poured into crypto, because previously it was not allowed. Now they are allowed to get exposure to crypto with this. The other thing going on with Germany, which is actually huge, is what happened with Coinbase in Germany, because recently Coinbase was approved to offer crypto custody in Germany. And this is significant because they were the first company ever to receive this license from the German government. And essentially what it means is now they're able to continue to do business in Germany. And essentially what happened, there was a law passed in Germany back in 2019 that required companies that offered crypto custody services to apply for new licenses or cease operating in the country altogether. So that was their choice, get this license, leave the country. So most of the crypto exchanges and companies filed for this license. They were able to do business in the meantime, but Coinbase was the first company to receive the license. And this is probably going to encourage more banks in Germany to offer services around crypto assets, because not only was this law passed, and we see Coinbase being the first one, but there was a lot of specific jargon in the documents that make it very clear on how banks can go about offering crypto. And before, it might have been a little bit of a gray area. Now it's very clear, and it's much easier for these banks to go about offering crypto services. And it's exciting. Coinbase has been getting these approvals in a bunch of different countries. We saw them get approval in Germany. We saw them get approval in Japan recently with Japan's Financial Services Agency. And now they can offer their trading in Japan. So it's exciting to see that we're continuing to get Coinbase and crypto exchanges approved in new countries all across the world, because that's going to help promote the crypto world, promote Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that's just going to grow the entire crypto market cap and help anyone who's invested in crypto. Going to really help anyone who invested in crypto. I see a couple people in the chat are saying something about Dogecoin and Elon Musk. We'll take a look at that at the end. Elon Musk and Dogecoin, if there's any new information that has come out from him. So we'll take a look at that. But if you guys are just joining us, we go live every single morning. Oh, we do see this. Okay, we'll go right into this right now. I saw your comment. I saw a lot of your comments. And Marcus, a couple of other people as well. So let's go over. Let's go over what is going on with Dogecoin. Oh, someone says Peru Invest. Someone says, why do I have 200,000 subscribers and only 100 people watching? First of all, it's because YouTube doesn't recommend my videos to the right people. Ever since I did a video on Elon Musk and Dogecoin, they deleted my entire account. And since then, the views are they don't recommend my videos to the right people at all. It's the complete wrong audience. And so since then, not been right. We used to get about 100,000 views a video, but we'll get back there. No worries. But anyways, let's look at Dogecoin's price right now. Let's take a look. So just within the last couple of minutes, Elon Musk came out and tweeted about Dogecoin. 4 minutes ago, he tweeted that Dogecoin Polytopia with a picture of a bunch of girls and a guy sitting at his computer. Okay, so he tweeted about this, and as soon as that happened, Dogecoin's price, we are seeing it start to rise significantly. You can look at the last 12-hour chart. As soon as he tweeted this out, we went from 24 cents per coin, all the way up to about 25 cents per coin. So not a massive spike, but this literally just happened within the last couple of minutes. Nothing too crazy happened yet in terms of percentages, because 24 cents to 25 cents, not a big change, but this could have bigger impacts throughout the rest of the day. We saw yesterday, as soon as he tweeted about Dogecoin and Baby Doge, both of the coins rose significantly. And so it's very early. He just tweeted about this, but whenever he tweets about Dogecoin, we see the price increase. And it's interesting because over the last couple of days, he started to increase more and more about Dogecoin. He tweeted Baby Doge yesterday. He tweeted release the Doge on July 1st as well. Over the last week or so, he hadn't tweeted too much about Dogecoin or crypto. So now starting July 1st, he started to talk about it a lot more again. He tweeted about on July 1st, now on July 2nd. So it's interesting to see that he's starting to talk about it more and more. Is it just that he's on Twitter more? Or does he have some plans moving forward about potentially coming out with announcements for Dogecoin, potentially talking with developers? Because we've seen him do all this in the past. So I think there may be something going on behind the scenes with Elon Musk and Dogecoin. Not that he's going to accept Dogecoin or anything like that, but potentially that he could be talking with developers or have some sort of other announcement or other thing going on with Dogecoin. We've seen that SpaceX accepts Dogecoin. We see that Elon Musk has, labeled the Doge father. He's talked about it a lot, but I think, he's started to pick up a lot how much he's talking about it recently. So that could mean there's something else going on behind the scenes that maybe we don't know about just yet, because it seems a little, it's just changing pace. Last week or so, hadn't talked about it. Now he's tweeted about it 3 or 4 times within a 24-hour time period. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Next up, let's talk about what's going on with SoftBank and a major crypto exchange in Latin America, because this is one of the biggest markets in the world. We are seeing that El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender. They're pushing more and more for Bitcoin. And so now we're seeing a lot of new businesses in Latin America that have been exploding in the crypto space. So the first thing is SoftBank. They just invested $200 million in the Brazilian crypto exchange Mercado Bitcoin. And this is a big deal because we had seen just within the last 2 or 3 weeks, the first ever Bitcoin ETF in Latin America was approved. First Bitcoin ETF in Latin America was approved. It was specifically approved in Brazil. We have seen a Bitcoin ETF approved in Canada, and there's about 13 or so applications waiting for approval in the US. This is exciting because right now what we are seeing is that more and more firms are getting major investments from established investment funds. Like SoftBank is one of the biggest funds one of the biggest investment companies in the world, and they just put $200 million into Mercado Libre. This is important because right now it makes Mercado Bitcoin's parent company, 2M Group, have a $2.1 billion valuation. It's a unicorn. That's when, a company has over a $1 billion valuation. But the important thing with this is that they've gained 700,000 customers between January and May of 2021. And now their customer base stands at 2.8 million people. 2.8 million people. So that's something that's very interesting because 2.8 million people isn't so big. Like we see that Robinhood has 18 million users. Coinbase has, similar amount as Robinhood. But Mercado Bitcoin is in a market that's growing very rapidly. They helped out a lot with what was going on in El Salvador. And what we're seeing now is that their users, even though it's not so high, 2.8 million, it's growing very rapidly. 700,000 new clients were added between the first 5 months of this year alone. So it shows you how much demand there is for crypto, how fast it's growing. And they said they're going to use this $200 million to expand Mercado Bitcoin's products and infrastructure, as well as grow the firm's headcount to 700 people by the end of 2021. So it's exciting to see that. We're excited to see that more and more crypto exchanges, more crypto firms are getting funding, which will allow them to grow, reach more people, and will just help out everyone invested in crypto over the next couple of years and next couple of days. Holly Gravy, I do go live every single day at 9 a.m. I go live every single day at 9 a.m. Yeah, I mean, people just always comment saying that, oh, your videos don't get enough views. It's not my problem. I feel like the videos are good. Can't help about it. That's YouTube's fault for showing it to the wrong people. It's like when I post a video about Bitcoin, it'll recommend it to people. Like I see recommended and suggested videos that have absolutely nothing to do with crypto. Not even the stock market. They have to do with something else. So it's like the average click-through rate on my videos is like 15 or 20% for like browsing for my channel and all of that. But the way you normally get more views is when it recommends it to like the suggested section, when you see a video come up on the side. And that percentage for me is like 1%, because they're showing it to the complete wrong audience. And that happened a while ago. But it also is probably because I used to do videos on stimulus checks. And so we'll see what happens. But I don't know why. If I knew why, I would fix it. But all I'm going to do is just keep posting videos. And that's what it is. I mean, if I posted video simply on Dogecoin, it would get like 20,000 views. But I don't want to get tied to just one topic. Like when I used to talk about stimulus checks, I used to get like 100,000 views every single video. But I don't want to talk about just one topic. I want to talk about everything. So that's what I'm doing. I don't care if I can get more views with other videos. I could get more views if I just posted about Dogecoin, but I don't want to do that. I want to talk about everything. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Rather just talk about the crypto stock market and whatever I want, rather than be like pigeonholed into one topic. Let's keep on going. So let's talk about a major investment fund, a billionaire that now has exposure to Bitcoin. So George Soros's investment fund finally talking about trading Bitcoin products. And this is exciting because he's a Hungarian-born American billionaire. And he previously had come out and said, Bitcoin was essentially a misnomer. It was a bubble, and the only reason it was going up is because there's a misunderstanding about it. He said Bitcoin is not a currency. A currency is supposed to be stable store of value, and a currency that can fluctuate 25% a day can't be used, for instance, to pay wages, because wages could drop 25% a day. So it's a speculation based on a misunderstanding. So it's interesting to see that someone who said all of this, that crypto is just a misunderstanding, it's not going anywhere. But what happened is he said all of that, but now the fund, that was a little while ago, but now the fund has come out and said that they are officially trading crypto products. They said that they are officially, buying, selling Bitcoin investment products. And it's exciting to see a major investment firm have such a big change from what is going on, like what they previously said. They used to be like so against Bitcoin, didn't really like the idea about it, thought it was just a complete joke, and now they're investing in it. So what that shows us is that even if institutions aren't big fans of Bitcoin, even if they're like, I don't know about it, they realize that it's here to stay, it's not going anywhere, and it's only going to grow as more institutions get involved. And because of that, all of these major investment firms are deciding, what? Even if we didn't like it at one point, even if we didn't understand it, now it's time to get in. Recently, we saw Warren Buffett. He has said crypto is rat poison. It is terrible. And like his partner Charlie Munger said the same thing. It's rat poison. It's like a complete scam. And they said all about that about crypto, yet they still just invested a couple $100 million into a company that does, like, sole business is around fintech and crypto. So it's interesting to see that, like, George Soros investment fund, Warren Buffett, some billionaires and big funds that have been around for a long time that have previously said Bitcoin was nothing, was a scam, was a hoax. Now they're investing in it. And that shows us that we're going to start to see major institutional dollars come into Bitcoin very soon and into the entire crypto world. Like, we're already on the edge. Right now, we have seen so many Bitcoin ETFs submitted for approval to the SEC. There's about 13 of them waiting for approval from the SEC. There's from Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF, Vanek Bitcoin ETF, Wisdom Tree Bitcoin ETF. Now ARK Invest submitted one. So all of these Bitcoin ETFs are waiting approval from the SEC. And what that shows us is as soon as we see one of these approved, I think we're going to start to see so many large institutions get involved with crypto. We'll get involved with crypto because right now what we're seeing is a lot of these institutions are not involved, like Blackstone, BlackRock, don't invest in crypto. Some of the biggest investment firms in the world don't invest in crypto. And we'll start to see those companies get in. And as we start to see those get in, then it'll just be a ripple effect. All the other investment firms are going to want to get involved. All other hedge funds are going to want to get involved. And we'll eventually start to see companies like Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, companies that are like so traditional, been around forever. they're going to get in as well. It's just a matter of time before we start to see that happen. And the one key number that I talk about, I feel like every single video, is what goes on with how many people in the US own crypto. Right now, 6% of people in the US own crypto. 25% of investors own crypto. So I think we're definitely going to see that number of investors go up to 100%. At some point, everyone who invests in the stock market invests, they're going to own some sort of crypto. It's inevitable. If we're talking about the entire US population, right now it's at 6% invest in crypto. I think that's very possible that we could see 50%, 60%. And down the road, we're probably going to see everyone own some sort of digital asset, whether that's crypto, whether that's a central bank digital currency. I think it's a matter of time. And as soon as that happens, that will be when the entire crypto world takes off, goes from a $1.4 trillion market cap to a $6-7 trillion market cap. That's going to be when the market cap of Bitcoin surpasses the market cap of gold. So we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's when I really think Bitcoin is going to take off. That's going to be when Bitcoin really starts to go. I want to talk quickly. This is a little bit random, but quickly I want to go over the format of a new video I want to try and do. I'm going to do it either way, so you guys can say you hate it. But so yesterday we did the video outside, just going to a weird place and just talking about crypto outside. There's like a little kid who started talking to me during it. But what I'm thinking about doing is starting a series. So if someone starts this before me, we talked about it here first. I was going to start a series called Social Invest. I'm going to do an episode as often as I can. Likely, I would want to do it every single day. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to walk up, talk to random people who maybe own a stock. If they own Tesla, or if they own Bitcoin, or if they own Dogecoin. And we're just going to call it Social Invest. So it'll be like Tesla, Social Invest Episode 1, or Dogecoin, Social Invest Episode 2. So we're going to go from place to place. I'm going to find people who are either executives at companies, because I know some people, or we're going to just talk about random people outside and see if they own a stock. We'll talk with them for a couple of minutes about that stock or that crypto, why they like it, what they think about it. And I think we'll just try something like that. It'll be like a 3-4 minute thing, just with random people, why they like it. And why they like it. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm thinking of doing, called Social Invest. Mason the Monkey. It looked like I was at the Mexico and U.S. river border. No, I was it's called Stone Mountain in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, not in Atlanta, but in Georgia. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do moving forward. But anyways, let's get on. Next topic I want to go over is what is going on with the NBA. Because the NBA just announced a major partnership with a crypto, well, not the NBA, but an NBA team just announced a major crypto partnership. This is one of the first for the NBA. And what we saw is that the cryptocurrency platform called StormX officially announced a deal with the Portland Trailblazers. This is exciting because this is the first ever NBA cryptocurrency jersey patch deal. First ever. We have seen the MLB come out recently, and they said there's going to be the FTX, which is a crypto exchange. They're going to have the FTX logo on top of the umpire's uniform. But no other, and we've seen NASCAR's come out with stuff with Dogecoin before, but this is the first time we're seeing the NBA do this, and this is very exciting because other than the NFL, especially in the US, NBA is one of the most popular sports in the US. I believe NFL football is number 1 for sure. NBA, I would think, is number 2, and it's exciting to see that a crypto company, is now going to be on every single Portland Trailblazers jersey. It's going to be on their practice jerseys, on their game jerseys, and also StormX is going to create the team's first ever NFT, which will be available in July of this year, so this month. So this is exciting. This is exciting because not only is it going to be on the jerseys, on in-arena signage, but it's also going to be working with the team on developing NFTs for specific clips of, let's say, sporting clips or different highlights from the team. It's going to be very exciting. And I don't know, it's just interesting to see how we're seeing a lot of different crypto exchanges. Like FTX has the deal with the Miami Heat Arena. Miami Heat Arena changed from the American Airlines Arena to the FTX Arena. The FTX also has a major partnership with the MLB and umpires. And we saw Crypto.com sign a $100 million deal with Formula One. We saw Dogecoin sign Dogecoin sponsored a NASCAR car. And so it's interesting to see that we're starting to see crypto get more involved in sports, because that's going to be how we get more and more people interested in crypto, how we get more people aware of crypto and all these different exchanges. Because, well, it's like if you see a crypto logo, you see you see Coinbase every single time you watch baseball, or you see like Coinbase every single time you watch a sport. It's like you just start to remember that brand name. It starts to be associated, even if you don't actively think about it. You're going to start to recognize it more when you see it, because you'll be like, oh, I've seen this before. Did I see it at, baseball game, basketball, whatever it is? It's going to really help out crypto moving forward. And lastly, let's go over a couple more things with the market. So right now the market is still down about 1.45%, down about 2% now when we refresh the page. Really, it's just a pretty flat day for crypto. Dogecoin did see a little bit of a spike with the announcement from Elon Musk, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But really, that's what's going on. I think we're going to wrap it up here. If you guys can, please be sure to like the video, subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video up to 500 likes today. And you guys know, make sure to turn on your bell notifications. A couple people have said they have not been notified at all. Someone said it worked if they turned it off and turned it back on. So do that if you can. And I hope you guys liked today's video.